What's up guys, it's me, Straw Hat Nate, and I'm back this month with a new Boruto video. This time we have Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 25, titled Those Girls. So yes, this chapter is a very exposition heavy and slower paced one because we're just coming off the end of a major arc with a lot of action. But just because there's no action in this chapter doesn't mean that crazy things don't happen, because this chapter blesses us with brand new knowledge about the divine trees, about Kurama's relationship with Himawari, and about Momoshiki's relationship with Boruto. Oh, and it's a very big chapter for Boruto's love interests, Sarada and Sumire. So if you want to see what goes on with these two girls and their love for Boruto, then stay till the end of this video. Now let's get into the chapter review after you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So this chapter starts out immediately showing the release of Moegi from her stasis in the Divine Tree. And this action is much easier than I expected it to be, because all it takes is for Konohamaru to push the Thorn Soul Bulb deep into the tree, and then the tree lets her go. So then Moegi falls into his arms, falling in and out of consciousness because she is so drained from the tree pulling in all of her chakra. But it's a cute moment here where Konohamaru hugs her tight now that he has brought her back to safety. Then we hear from Kankuro calling Hokage Shikamaru from the Sand Village, and he's saying that things are also going good over in the Sand Village, with Shinki successfully being pulled from the Divine Tree as well, and with Kazekage Gaara being safe too. Then this call is interrupted by Sai walking into Shikamaru's office saying that the elders need him, which is definitely just another talk about the status of Boruto in the village, because right now Boruto's just hanging out in the village even though they're not cool with that. Now we see the hospital where all of Team 10 is there visiting their sensei Moegi, but also Sarada, Sumire, Himawari, and Konohamaru are there visiting as well. Then Dr. Sakura, who we see for the first time in a very long time actually, lets them know about Moegi's vitals being all back to normal and her chakra beginning to flow like normal again. So all she needs is just some rest and some food. And then, after confirming the safety of Moegi, Sarada asks Sumire if they can go talk outside for a minute. So then we cut to them in their favorite park overlooking the village that they seem to meet in like very often, and they meet Boruto there too. And Sumire initially breaks the silence by congratulating Sarada about her mission success, but Sarada has other more important things to talk about, so she calls her Sumire instead of calling her class rep, showing that she's actually serious now. And first, she apologizes to Sumire for not owning up to her true feelings like she told her to. But Sarada's mindset has finally changed after her mission, and she'll now start being true to herself. She thinks about how before the mission, she ignored her true feelings for her teammate Boruto because she felt like it was gonna distract her from her goals of becoming Hokage. But after Yodo scorned her in the Land of Wind for not trying enough, she finally changed. Then Sarada tells her with a smile on her face that she likes Boruto too, which was her true feelings all along. And Sumire is surprised by this confession, even though she knew about Sarada's love for Boruto. And Ada, who has been watching over the girls the whole time, is super surprised too. Sarada continues by saying that her desire to help Boruto should make her stronger and better, and not the other way around. And Sumire thanks her for being honest with herself, finally, and happily says that she won't hold back with her love for Boruto either. So it's just gonna become like a friendly competition for Boruto, basically. And then the last we see of them in this scene, they're skipping and holding hands together. So I guess they really are great friends still, even though they share a love for a single man. But then the scene switches to something I personally care about more in the Uzumaki household, where Himawari is meditating on her sofa, and then we get a look inside of her mind and we see that she's engaged in training with Kurama, and they're in like hand-to-hand combat right now, and Kurama lectures her while they fight, saying that she needs to understand that everything around her is chakra, and that's how she can get stronger. And he tells Himawari that she is more than just a ninja. She's a Jinchuriki, so she has to take advantage of that and utilize her strengths in the best way that she can. Kurama also implies to her that she isn't just an ordinary human, because she is closer to Jura and a tailed beast than she is to humanity. I don't really understand completely where he's going with this, but it could be true that Himawari is not actually completely a human, because her father Naruto is less of a human and more of like a reincarnated god, and this could be passed down to her. And then Kurama finally ends his monologue and falls asleep, saying that their training for the day is over, and this kicks Himawari out of her own mind and back into the real world. Here we see outside the window that Boruto has been watching his little sister all along from outside, showing that he really cares for her and her being safe. Then Boruto closes his own eyes and talks to the monster inside of him, Momoshiki, just like how Himawari talked to the monster in her, Kurama. And he sits in a rocky valley, like where he and his father fought Momoshiki years ago at this point, and he sees Momoshiki resting on some rocks. And Momoshiki is now left with no purpose or goal after what he did for Boruto. If we remember, prior to the time skip, Momoshiki saved Boruto's life by sacrificing his ability to take over Boruto's body one day. And Momoshiki says that he now must wait in emptiness until Boruto dies so that he can die as well. Right now, all he can do is just wait and do nothing. Then, Boruto offers up a deal to the Otsutsuki because he is desperate for strength now against the powerful Shinju threat. And to end out this chapter, Boruto offers to Momoshiki that if you lend me your strength to defeat Jura, then you can have my body entirely. This, of course, makes Momoshiki glance over at Boruto with his interest piqued, because this is Momoshiki's purpose all along, to take over Boruto's body. But that's all for this month's chapter. While yes, it was slow for the most part, you kind of need exposition chapters like this for the action chapters to survive. And right now we're between arcs kinda, so it was kinda expected that we'd have a chapter like this. Overall, I still think that it was a great chapter, mainly for the Uzumaki children, Boruto and Himawari, with their dealings with their inner troubles, Momoshiki and Kurama alike. I expect that Boruto will have another stupid power boost after he gets things right with Momoshiki, leaving the rest of Team 7 and Kawaki behind once again. Boruto will always just be leagues above them. And remember, Mamushi, the Shinju that looks like Bug, is still coming for Ada very soon. So that might be covered in the next month's chapter, or we might continue with exposition building up to that. So if you made it to the end of this video, Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to show your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.